What's up, metal and heavy music fans? So I've been doing some more listening to Jinjer's new album Wallflowers, and more I keep coming back to the same point that I made in my album review. Jinjer really dropped the ball writing the singing parts for this one.
Boo this man!
Now, before you get upset, I want to quickly clarify two things. One, I think that Jinjer as a band is extremely talented. Vlad, in particular, is becoming one of my favorite drummers of this generation. And two, Tatiana has an incredible voice and has shown herself to be capable of top-tier performances. My critiques here are meant to be constructive in nature on how the songwriting fell particularly short on Wallflowers and what I think might help moving forwards. So let's start with an example. Pearls and Swine. This song starts off great. It's got this cool kind of Deftones-y sounding intro. Then it takes off with this heavy, groovy, chuggy verse. But then listen to the transition to the singing part. All of the momentum is lost. It just feels like we hit a wall and the entire song comes to a standstill. Now, this is not necessarily a problem in and of itself. Dynamics and pace changes generally make for more interesting songs, but the vocal melody here is also kind of meandering and lacks any sort of memorability. I should want to sing along to these parts, and instead, I'm checking out. Let's look at another track, Colossus. Another solid intro, kind of a proggy, djenty direction on this one that is definitely promising. But then, once more, where is the melody? Where is the hook? What is the added value of having this in your song? If you are going to do anything in a composition, it should serve a purpose. If you're going to sing, it should feel like a complement to everything else that is going on. With much of Wallflowers, though, not all of it, mind you, it just feels like, oh, we need a singing part, so insert here, and the result actually ends up clashing with the rest of the song.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
Now let's compare that to songs where Jinjer were much more successful at melding these elements together. Macro has tons of great examples that helped make it such a success, but On the Top feels like a perfect one to start with. Again, nice tension building intro, amping up the anticipation. Then that great drop with the big scream leading into the djenty groove. And now listen to this transition. Not only is it a smooth and rewarding shift in direction, it's a hook. I end up singing this part to myself for hours afterwards every time I listen to it. It sticks in your brain and just has that staying power you want as a band trying to make a lasting impact. Now, if you're out there saying metal doesn't need a hook, do you like Cannibal Corpse? Guess what that is? Or maybe you're going for the prog angle, but do you really want to argue that Rush and Yes don't have hooks?
Get the fuck out of here.
But turning back to Jinjer, I have an even better example in what I would argue is the best song that they have written to date, Homeback. First major plus, the intro grabs you instantly and gets you moving. Then once more we get the great moment of silence leading to Tatiana's screams that blows me to pieces every time. What is this? What is this? Then we get the seamless transition to the pre-chorus. And then another pretty damn infectious hook for the chorus. Is it an angel? But this time also mashed up with the harsh vocals and a few little extra flourishes for added texture. All of that would be enough on its own, but then we get the sudden but still amazingly smooth transition to the jazzy bass, and then Tatiana does this.
My darling, did we wake up like this, isolated bodies in a Buddha war?
Not only is this song highly enjoyable and memorable, it's taking chances, it's toying with your expectations, and it's fully utilizing Tatiana's range as a vocalist. Furthermore, it's doing all of this, the hooks, the head-bobbing grooves, the earworm melodies, without ever sacrificing complexity, which I can tell is another element that is very important to this band. They just need to keep on walking this line between technicality and pop sentiment. And that is why in my review, and I know some people hated this, I recommended that they get some additional help on the next album with a pop producer, namely someone like Shellback, who has not only helped write material for everyone from Taylor Swift to Muse, but also has a personal background in black metal, hardcore, and even Swedish melodeath with Blinded Colony, now known as The Blinded. All of this to say, if I'm being extra critical of Jinjer, it's because I think that they are right on the precipice of true greatness. And it just feels like just the right time to shake things up and give them that extra little push.
All it takes is a little push.
But let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments for or against what I have to say here, and check out my Wallflowers review, Jinjer album tier list, and bands like Jinjer video for more. But that'll do it for now. Vlad of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the